where Texas did not look like Texas. Will the Longhorns bounce back tonight against Marquette? Match 2 of the season. Marquette opening its season in its home city. Off the antenna on the first attack and the first point to Texas.
One of the biggest areas that we need to see improvement from Texas here is just limiting their errors. It's the easy plays, the controllables, whether it's serves in the bottom of the net as they're testing out these top spins, or attacking-wise, just get the ball over.
Those errors led to the lowest hit percentage for Texas in at least 13 years at .065 against Arizona State. And Marquette's on the board. Block, get up there as well, touch 10'6". Texas a little bit out of sorts on the serve. 2 in a row to Marquette with the ace.
Really important tonight for Marquette to keep putting pressure on Texas. If they can knock them out of that offensive rhythm, it bodes really well for Marquette's defense.
A bunch of freshmen on this Marquette roster. Allie Beers serving, one of those freshmen. On the right side, Abby Vanderwall. Benny setting middle, and Nia Button. She was the bright spot on Saturday.
Yeah, there weren't many bright spots watching Texas on Saturday, but Button was absolutely...
How good at self-evaluating she is. That's led to her development and playing like an All-American coming into the year. Aggressive serve, pays off with an ace for Vanderwall.
Great bench on Texas' side. You can tell this is a completely flip of energy that we're seeing come in.
Texas had a lot of conversations over the last 48 hours. 5 to 6 hours of individual meetings yesterday to try and figure out what went wrong on Saturday. Where can we improve? And Jared Elliott, as calm as normal, feels confident his team will answer today.
Yeah, and he talked about how it was nerves for a lot of players. They're playing on one of the biggest stages that they have in a while, maybe in their career, for players like Henley Anderson. And now they got that out of the way. Now they feel a lot more comfortable and ready.
Stafford, hard swing, and saved somehow by Marquette. Emmy Urich able to get there. Popped up again. Marquette is scrambling. Would be a huge early momentum point. And not able to tip it over despite their best efforts.
And Marquette has set the tone defensively of this match. They are playing absolutely relentless in the backcourt. A phenomenal up back there. And then another great scramble to keep this one alive.
What a reach by the other freshman, Marcus, the setter, on that second sequence. And Lee Anderson. Bunch of topspin serving for Texas, part of their new approach this year. Tied at 4. And Jared Elliott, we mentioned how he's not going to abandon the 6-2 system that he feels is best. He is ultra committed to bringing in topspin serving and having it stay for this program.
He has 6 topspin servers of his starting lineup. That's essentially every single attacker out there is moving to a serve that's going to provide a little bit more velocity, a little bit tougher, and he's okay with the misses that he's seeing as long as they're getting after it back there.
Miss there for Button goes long. It hasn't been a huge part of the women's game in volleyball in college, but Jared Elliott said in 5 years it will be. So we're going to be ahead of the curve. Ari Spears with that heavy swing.
Those are the kind of swings that you expect from a player like Kari Spears. She is a big physical presence up front. She's got a heavy arm. She's not afraid to use it.
Spears had a decent match on Saturday with 9 kills, hitting 217. 217, normally not a great number, but compared to the other pin players, it's pretty positive. Multiple pins for Texas hitting negative, leading to that .065 mark against Arizona State. Serve from the freshman Genevieve Harris. Carson Tyler down the line and a little bit wide. Tom Mendoza will need a big performance from Tyler tonight and throughout the rest of the season. Second year as the Marquette head coach. He's trying to keep this machine rolling for Marquette. Ryan Tice helped take it to another level. He's now at Florida. Tom Mendoza took him to the second round last year. Overpass. Off the good serve from Harris. Harris will set. Backs at Spears. And picks up the point.
Here's kind of the difference in what we saw from Saturday versus today. Genevieve Harris looking a lot more comfortable, one, hitting her serve, but then on the move, in transition, getting her setters a much more hittable ball.
Yeah, Jared Elliott said she wasn't comfortable, frankly, on Saturday. And good early signs for the top setter recruit in the country. Almost another ace, ends up in another free ball. Out of the back row, that's a big kill.
The right away, Texas looked so much better offensively and energy-wise than what we saw Saturday. Especially a player like Abby Vanderwall, she really struggled offensively, hitting in the negatives, only 2 kills. That is a strong, confident swing to set the tone for the sophomore outside.
Just the second time in her career that she hit negative on Saturday. Texas looking pretty sharp so far. Tyler rising, Vanderwall the dig. Setting across the way, and Stafford's blocked.
It's going to take some gritty defense for Marquette in order to shut down Texas's attack. And right away, we see the setter, just 5'11", getting the big stuff. Got to feel good for the freshman.
There's so much promise with the talent this freshman class for Marquette. 8 of the 15 on the roster are freshmen. They've gone young, and they are committed to developing these players, and Marquette could, maybe this year, but certainly the next couple of years, get back to being a Sweet 16 team.
Yeah, and for Marquette right now, they only returned 1 true starter, so this is a completely different group that Tom Mendoza is used to. So, you know, the ceiling is really high, but he just doesn't know what he has yet.
Trying to figure it out. Good barometer to start against the #2 team in the country. Got a couple of service errors here. Marquette playing at Fiserv Forum for just the 3rd time ever. Opened in 2018. Played Wisconsin here a couple of times over the last few years. Stafford racing for it. A little bit ugly. Parks the swing. Gary the dig. Vanderwall. Tyler. Up and up Parks. Right back to Vanderwall. Going down the line, it's Emma Parks.
Marquette's defense has been really impressive so far. The way that their back row is able to dig around the block up front, they're working really well as a unit, and that's resulting in great transition plays.
Tom Mendoza felt confident about his defense if they could keep the seams closed. Seen flashes of that so far for the Golden Eagles. There's Tyler out of the back row to tie it at 9.
Carson Tyler is as dynamic as they come. She stands at 5'10". Well, she's listed at 5'10", maybe more of a 5'8", but look how high she gets up here. Even in the backcourt, she soars up and has a hammer for an arm.
6 tie already after the velo from Tyler. Blocked and down for Marquette. The run continues.
Tom Mendoza talked about this being a battle of the seams. Are they able to close them up exactly like they did there? And then offensively, can they hit through them?
Back set for Spears. Lands out. #2. Marquette hanging tough, just like Xavier did set 1 against Pittsburgh in the match before this. Henley Anderson trying to find a rhythm early in her Texas career. And nothing going for Emma Parks.
Just the way that Texas's attackers are hitting, it looks night and day from what we saw in their first matchup. They look a lot more confident and comfortable out there.
So much of it's just the body language that we're observing. It was very quiet and a little bit stunned the first 2 sets against Arizona State. Spears rips it. Tyler trying to reciprocate, got a touch.
The precision on this swing from Carson Tyler to get that touch off the block and go out is one of the reasons why she's such a good outside attacker. It's this vision to see where the block is and just use them so perfectly.
You said it just a moment ago. She's listed at 5'10". I don't think she's sniffing 5'10".
It's a soft 5'10".
Still so productive. Heck of a dig for Urich. Parks chasing down, keeps it alive. Anderson across the court. Wide and no touch. Going well, can you have those hard conversations? Let them know what you need, especially difficult for a freshman. Stafford was blocked, and it lands just out.
That ball barely out of bounds. Marquette's blocking a great position, just a little bit late to it. I mean, look at how close that is. That is literally as close as you can possibly get. Oh, that's a hair. That's a half a hair.
Both 6 is unbelievable, so they've got all the in-out calls. No need to challenge. That's as close as we've ever seen, I think.
Yeah. Like ultra triple zoom on that.
It was a great call, too. Vanderwall across the court.
Another really confident swing from Vanderwall. She's a player that...
To see how Vanderwall would play this year, just based on how she performed in the spring and the offseason. The block for Texas. Second chance, Marquette. Parks downhill. Block put out. Point Marquette.
And Texas throwing in triple blocks against Marquette, meaning they're bringing their left side blocker all the way over to help on an out-of-system play. The block was just a little bit late to it. Parks used him well.
Little smile on Tom Mendoza's face. He's loving every second so far.
There's another one just so close to the end line.
Leaner, Anderson blocked. Going Vanderwall's way. There is no touch. Oh, yes, there was.
Because we're not seeing a center line challenge.
I think that's what was the call, perhaps. They changed it quickly. Tom Mendoza's asking about it.
Yeah, I mean, Vanderwall's foot definitely was under the net, but they're not challenging on Marquette's side. Okay. It's a new challenge this year. Challenge that center line, whether the foot was fully under or not. Seeing it live, it looked like it was, but we won't get another look at it.
Nope, they're moving on. 14 apiece. 17 service errors for Texas. Against Marquette, it's the Golden Eagles up one of the first break. Setting the middle and Bunton. Heck of a dig by Allie Beers, the freshman. Gary will bump set it. Freshman Anderson doesn't get a touch. Struggles continue. Marquette up 2.
Now, Texas just a little too high error, which is similar to what we saw on Saturday. They had 46 combined attacking and serving errors through just 4 sets.
Texas is hitting under 100 in the first set after 0-65 over 4 sets Saturday. Marcus with the back set. Got the kill. Marquette on the run, up 3. Allie Beers playing well. Freshman local, went to Slinger High School, about 40 minutes northwest of downtown Milwaukee. Can Stafford find a rhythm? Any of these pins for Texas. Tyler pounding off the block.
For someone to come alive as a leader, they don't have the biggest voices out on the court. You have Ramsey Gary, who's probably the most vocal, but she's a libero. You want someone offensively. You need that drive from them, whether that's Tori Stafford or maybe someone else, but someone's got to do it.
Jurich serving. Who's going to step up for Texas? Setting high, kill for Marquette. Largest lead continues to expand.
5-0 run for the Golden Eagles right now, off of the great serve of Emmy Jurich.
And her twin sister finishing it off, Tani. Twin sisters from Slovenia. Stafford rising, sharp, kept up. Unbelievable. Jurich tipping. Stafford answers, right back to Stafford. Got the touch. That was huge for Texas.
Yeah,
Marquette out-digging Texas 15-8. In the middle, Bunton adjusts. Jurich diving. Tyler popped up clean. Button coming downhill. 2 in a row for the Longhorns.
Nia Button is an X factor for Texas. Her offense has gotten so much better in the last year than what we saw last season. She's coming flying through, and that arm, strong.
Much needed. Henley Anderson serving. Service error. Marquette in the red zone.
It's also very difficult for Texas because they have absolutely no film on Marquette. They, didn't even know really who was going to come out. But then also, Jared Elliott wants to see the in-game adjustments. Okay, once they're showing us what they're doing, how can we adjust to that and level up our play at the same time?
All those freshmen, young players, newcomers from Marquette helped him a little bit. Good adjustment from Kari Spears with the tip.
And late in the set, we've seen a few more tips from Texas that look more intentional, more tactical. This one really well placed. Spears seeing the double block, a lot of space right behind there.
Third-team All-American last year as a freshman opposite. Freshman this year, Harris at the service line. Top spin bounce. Back set, Schmidt. Pancake. Oh, hit the floor.
Marquette still just finding ways to keep this lead. They're leading a really balanced offense, getting every single player involved. Look how close this pancake was. Definitely got part of the hand under it, but if any part of the ball touches the ground, that's down.
Good effort from Spears. It is Stafford swinging hard. And Karams into the stands off Tyler.
This is a time in the game where Tori Stafford has to take over. She's your senior leader, a 3-time All-American. You need her to have that mindset of demanding the ball.
Just the 6th time hitting below 200 since joining Texas Saturday. Still trying to find a rhythm. Block for Texas.
All of a sudden, Texas has opened that door just a little bit more. Defense late in sets is so important to have really good discipline on. And right here, a triple block, 1, 2, 3, 6 big hands get it done.
So tough for Emma Parks to work around. Go to the back corner. Tyler on target pass, sliding, and it's in. Schmidt able to find the floor inbounds.
Schmidt sneaks that one in. Great slide attack. She has a big seam in the block, and she just nails it right on the sideline.
Same look for Jared Elliott, but his team down 3 late. Gary lets it go. Just long. Texas is answered after trailing 19-14. Will they climb all the way back in set 1? I think there's a little confusion on the substitution.
And if you are a
spot,
but it can certainly be confusing if you're trying to follow rotations. You're like, how is it possible to have this person serving and that person out on the court?
Even though it's a little funky, Jared Elliott sticking with it for a 2nd consecutive match.
Lots of new wrinkles for this Longhorn team this year.
Yep. Including the serving. Overpass, chance for Texas to climb within 1. Tip for Stafford. Not on the same page, a little bit off of the set.
And that was a play that last season we saw work so many times for Texas. Getting Stafford on the big attack was lights out, but we haven't seen really any back row attacks connect in the last 3 days for Texas.
That's a big swing point. The back set and a block for Marquette. Set point. Anderson, sharp, keeping Texas alive.
That's a gutsy swing from a freshman in a massive moment.
That was Anderson's first kill. point number 2. Back row, Tyler hits the net. Texas not done.
A big 3-0 run for Texas. This was the same rotation that they had success in earlier in this set. Now it's a question of, can they continue to hold it?
Benny serving. Tyler again going, tip finds the floor. Marquette takes out. Maybe not. Underway in set 2. What will Texas do now? Marquette more defensive scrap. And Tyler picks up the first point.
Carson Tyler is just finding ways around this really tough block. Texas knows that she's going to have to be their heavy hitter, their go-to attacker. She's still finding ways to score around him.
Tom Mendoza loves how she carries herself. She's a superstar, but doesn't act like it. From the middle, it's Button who continues to chug along.
That's been the biggest bright spot for Texas through these first 5 sets, has been Nia Button coming in through the middle. Her offense has skyrocketed in the last year.
And it's just wild because you look on paper at what Texas has, and the pins are the strength. The middles last year were more of a weakness, and it's been flipped. Emmy Urich now from the small coastal town of Ankaran, not far from Italy in Slovenia.
It's like a nice place to be.
I'd say.
I'd live there.
You travel plenty to Europe over the summer.
Sounds like a great place to be.
Anytime you hear coastal in Europe, you get excited.
And Italy in the same sentence,
yes,
come on.
That's true. Yeah, fair amount of international players for Marquette.
Typically, when you have a lot of international players, you have a lot more experience than it looks like. You know, these players grew up playing from such a young age, and a lot of them playing with their senior or junior national teams. So they played on really big stages, even though they're just freshmen.
4 years of eligibility for those international players. Now that seems to be changing by the day. As Marquette picks it up again, starting out set 2 strong.
This was the exact same rotation that Texas had struggles with during the last set. Emmy Urich, the libero for Marquette, on the back line. She was able to go on a 5-0 run earlier in set 1.
Make it to Button, and it's Spears on the right side.
There's a big swing from Kari Spears. She's been a bright spot of the offense. She's hitting over 400. She just hasn't had enough sets come her way.
You know, you immediately think of Stafford and the recruiting prowess of Anderson. Maybe it's Spears who's going to be the one to step up, take over.
It's got to be someone on this offense.
Hasn't happened yet. Across the court, Tani Urich is wide. 2 in a row for Texas now.
It's so interesting when you look at Texas's roster. For the players that are starting, I will say, a lot of very reserved personalities. There's not a player who's very rah-rah, firecracker, spark plug that's going to take over, maybe aside from Ramsey Gary, the libero. But typically you need that kind of dog mentality out of someone on your offense. So I'm really interested to see this season who kind of emerges as that and becomes a bigger leader. I would say it's probably Tori Stafford, but she's not necessarily the most vocal player ever.
Yeah, I think everyone can identify Ramsey Gary with that defensively, but you're right. They're kind of searching for that alpha mindset from an offensive player. Big swing for Stafford. Excellent dig again. Urich. Tyler. Urich was there. Off her, out, and the point to Texas.
Marquette is making it real difficult for Texas to put balls down. They're transitioning these plays really well. But it's Texas's defense that's starting to come alive. Really good block right there. Nia Button getting all the way over on it.
And it feels like that was the formula to maybe continue the frustrations for Texas with what happened the other night and being error prone, making them continue to work for it after a poor match. Marquette's been able to do it so far. Main serve receive, going dump. Gary racing, it's down.
Such a smart decision from Luana Marcus, the freshman setter for Marquette. She hasn't been too offensive tonight, and a good time to do it because that ball isn't even tight to the net. The defense wasn't expecting it at all.
Tom Mendoza said when Marcus is comfortable, she can be special. Comfortable so far. Push for Harvey. Emma Parks did not get a touch.
It's pretty difficult to go up and take a big swing when you have 6 hands in front of you like Texas's front line just put up.
Seen that triple block quite a bit so far tonight. Neither team hitting above 200. Texas at just 109. Service error. That's the 7th for the Longhorns after 17 in 4 sets on Saturday. And a whisker out. Annika Kowalski in to serve. Her first collegiate match, injured all of last year. Vanderwall, got it.
Even though Abby Vanderwall hasn't had the most efficient night so far, she's continuing to take really big swings. Saturday we saw her get a little bit timid as the match went on, but I like that she's going out there and still ripping it.
Former All-American from Timothy Christian High School has certainly brought some more pop. Texas hoping for that from Anderson. Service error number 8.
Texas had 17 service errors on Saturday, and we straight up asked Jared Elliott, so are you going to continue with the service strategy? What are you thinking about it? What's your observation? And he said, yeah, we're continuing with it. We think that we're putting more pressure on opponents than we're giving up.
He's convinced by the end of the year it's going to be a weapon.
He wants his players to weather the storm. That's both in this 6-2 system, as Texas gets stuck there, as well as the topspin serving.
Weather the storm at the start of the year. Everything is not going Texas's way so far.
And what a play right there. Emma Parks getting up. She's a physical presence up front. That's why Tom Mendoza loves her in this position.
This block has been so good for Marquette. Stafford out of the back.
That's the first good back row attack that we've seen from Texas this weekend. Much better connection. They move Stafford a little bit over, not coming straight up through the middle, but more toward the outside and catches the block off guard.
You can see the look on Tori Stafford's face, like, yes, that's it. Can it snowball, though? Overpass. Buck didn't get all of it. Tyler diving. And a back set for Spears. Urich tipping right to Binney. Set from Gary to Vanderwall. Tipped up by Urich. Marquette's colliding with some friendly fire. Second try for Spears. Whoa! Marcus pops up. She's okay after a fastball upstairs. That is scary.
Yeah, you don't want to take a fastball from Kari Spears in the face. I couldn't tell if that was the shoulder or the face, but she's playing it off well. She's tough.
Round of applause from the Marquette faithful. 9-8. Marcus setting to Parks. Stafford couldn't reach. 7 kills in a match one time in high school out in Pennsylvania. Here's the left side this time. Marquette continues to get deflections. On target to Vanderwall. Big for Beers. Tyler swinging. With Vanderwall, top spin. Urich reaching back. Scrambling Binney, middle bunt. Going back to Urich, down the line, going for hands, did not find him.
Marquette's really struggling on their right side connection. These are 2 players who haven't had too much time together. Marcus, a setter, a freshman, as well as Urich, a freshman on the right side.
You wonder as things continue to stay tight later and later into the match, how these freshmen from Marquette will react.
based on the way that they're playing right now, they're playing completely unafraid. They're playing everything they've got out there, whether it's relentless defense or just really fine-tuned offense. They're just giving Texas everything they've got right now.
Spears had a wide open lane, found the middle. Let's see if Texas continues to feed Spears. Right back on Marquette's side, and Texas has tied it. First tie since it was 1-1.
Spears looking really good on this top spin serve, putting a lot of pressure on Marquette, knocking him out of system.
Another strong serve and an ace. Texas leads.
This is where the top spin serve really pays off for Texas. They're constantly putting pressure on their opponents, whether they're missing or not. They're just getting blown up all the time in serve receive. Something lets up usually. They're out of match.
Kari Spears starting to star. That one stayed a knuckleball line drive.
10 service errors on the match so far for Texas. Again, we talked to Jared Elliott. He is confident in his team's ability to really consistently hit the top spin serve, and we shouldn't see any changes.
You've mentioned it all weekend. It's about getting teams out of system, even if you don't get the aces. Vanderwall for the back row, and Texas looking sharper midway through set 2.
Vanderwall continuing to take really big swings. We're seeing Texas go to their back row attack a little bit more often, too.
Theme starting to emerge. More back row attacks, more Kari Spears. Texas has taken the lead after dropping set 1. Up the service errors, helping Marquette stay neck and neck. It was 14 apiece in set 1. That's when Marquette found some separation. What will happen set 2? Ace for Tyler. Everybody in college volleyball will be getting underway this week. Henley Anderson, they could get her in rhythm. That'd be huge. Nice kill out of the break.
Yeah, that was a really good answer right there from Texas. Getting something going, especially it helps when it's on the pins.
From Dripping Springs High School west of Austin, playing for her hometown school, top recruit in the country. Stafford sends it out. They get 12 service errors for the Longhorns.
And when you're playing a team toe-to-toe, the margins for error are so small. You have Marquette not making many errors, if any at all, and then you have Texas airing themselves out of the set.
Pop it up with one hand for Harris, and Anderson goes wide. And you understand what Jared Elliott's talking about with sticking to the approach for the long term. But with all the frustrations already for Texas offensively, the service errors just aren't helping.
Yeah, it's certainly not helping. And normally you want to break down a passing unit, but Marquette's a really good passing team. Obviously a lot of new pieces in there this season, but they're passing 54% in system. That's a really, really high number that you'd be happy with.
Excellent dive to keep it alive. Free ball back to Marquette, up 2. Back row, Tyler. Wide, Marquette fans wanted it.
Texas's
Tyler
defense.
crossed the line. Go ahead.
Illegal back row attack, yeah. I mean, great defense on Texas's side, doing whatever they can to try to keep these balls up. It's going to take some more relentless defense and really matching what Marquette's doing.
Gary picks up the ace, tied at 17. Our 5th tie in her 2nd year with Texas, taking over at libero. On the slide, Big Stafford. Rising, Vanderwall. Tyler has been awesome defensively. Parks pushing off the block, push right back. Marquette somehow doing it again. The punch-up doesn't go, and Marquette's organized chaos continues to work.
Sometimes it's just about calming that chaos and what can you do to keep the ball alive. So many players throughout this match you've seen on Marquette's side just laying their bodies on the line to keep it alive and do whatever they can to create more opportunities.
It has been an A+ scramble drill for Marquette tonight. Marquette already leading 1-0. In the driver's seat right now to put Texas behind 2 sets, 2 matches in a row. Spears pounding off the block.
Spears continuing to be a really bright spot for this offense.
5:45. Ace directed out by Marquette.
Texas's 4th ace of the match, and the last 2 coming from their float servers, being really effective back there.
Benny. Almost another one. Spears the go-to. Tyler kept it up. Marquette not able to work the magic that time, and it's Texas by 2.
Texas's triple block working so well for them again. The serve does a nice job of knocking them out of system. That means they can bring 3
set at this point. Benny continuing to serve. Float serve having success. In the middle, attack goes wide. Texas with a 4-0 run.
Big run by Texas late. This is exactly what they needed at this point in the set to do it. It's coming off of phenomenal serves from Benny.
Ironic talking about the topspin serving approach that it's the float server who's having success late in the set. Back up to Vanderwall, sharp and a kill.
How about that set from Ramsey Gary coming in as a libero with your...
Have upped their game. Same with the serving game for Texas. Bears denied. Texas by 5.
Texas's triple block has been so effective this set.
Winning back-to-back in 22 and 23. Tip won't go over. It is all Texas now with set point.
Heck of a run right now. 7-0 from Rella Benny. So impressive what she's been able to do and disrupt Marquette from the service line.
The junior from Oahu. Serving for the set. Texas can close it here. High up to Spears, the star of this set. Excellent dig, reload. Benny setting Spears, back on Texas's side. Marquette still fighting.
Great Marquette defense, just relentless over there, doing whatever they can to keep these points alive.
Tough serve. On the back row, Stafford got the touch, and Texas has the set.
This set really came down to that 7-0 run.